So this is the brand new 2026 Lenovo Loq 15, and over the years, Lenovo has built a reputation for building some of the best affordable gaming laptops. But this one is positioned a little differently, because the real problem most people have isn't that they own a bad gaming laptop, it's that they don't own one at all. They're gaming on a regular laptop or a tablet or even their phone, and eventually performance becomes a bottleneck. That's where this comes in. This model is powered by the new AMD Ryzen 200 series processor paired with the RTX 50 series graphics. So this isn't about chasing extreme enthusiast specs, it's about giving first-time buyers a machine that finally feels like a proper step up. And the real question is, does it actually deliver that experience? Now, first impressions matter. The Loq 15 doesn't scream over the top RGB monster. It's actually clean, it's subtle, and I like this lunar gray finish. And at just over 2.1 kilograms, it's about 10% lighter than the previous generation. So this is actually something you can realistically take to college or school, work, without feeling ridiculous. Now that lid feels solid, the hinge is stable, and you don't get that cheap wobble when typing. And because this might be your only laptop, the build quality actually matters. Now the keyboard is one of the more important parts of this machine. You're getting 1.6 millimeters of key travel, which gives it more satisfying, like a deeper press compared to ultra thin laptops. And it supports Lenovo Spectrum lighting, and you can configure it with either one zone RGB or full 24 zone RGB. So if you want subtle white lighting for class, you can do that. And if you want to go full gaming mode at night, you can also do that too. It's anti-ghosting, which matters if you're playing competitive titles and pressing like multiple keys at once. And overall, it feels responsive. It doesn't have that mushy feel that you can get with other laptops. Something I'm glad to see on the front here is an improved 5 megapixel IR camera for the webcam. So that means it's better quality. For a lot of people buying this, isn't just going to be a gaming laptop. It's likely going to be used for everyday use. So things like the webcam and the keyboard, they're actually going to matter. Let me also show you this around the back, because this is Lenovo's got this right. On the back over here, this is where you will find most of your important ports: HDMI 2.1, Ethernet power. And what I like about this is that it keeps the entire desk clean. There's also grills here for the fans, and I'll talk about the airflow and performance when it comes to temperatures in a moment. But like, it's such a clean and very practical layout on the back. Now the display here is a big deal, because on the front, you actually have a 15.3 inch panel, 16 by 10 aspect ratio, which gives you more vertical space. And you can spec this up to WQXGA with 180 Hz refresh rate, 100% sRGB, up to 400 nits of brightness, which is very good. And I think once you've experienced high refresh gaming, it's very hard to go back. It just feels smoother and more responsive. Now, two more things before we move on to the all-important performance. I like the fact that the RAM and storage is upgradable. As far as speakers are concerned, they're okay, they're decent, enough for casual use, but like most gaming laptops, you'll probably prefer headphones. All right, so let's talk about the all-important performance. So this specific unit is configured with AMD Ryzen 7 260 processor, that's 8 cores, 16 threads. You've got 32 gigabytes of RAM, dual NVMe SSDs, and then NVIDIA RTX 50 series GPU and Radeon 780M integrated graphics. Now this processor is built on AMD's Zen 4 architecture using a 4 nanometer process, which basically means better efficiency and stronger performance compared to older laptop chips. You're getting up to 8 cores and 16 threads, which is great not just for gaming but also productivity workloads. Now just to be clear, this is not the base model. This one sits higher up in the stack. So I ran a couple of tests. First up, we have Steel Nomad. The score came in at 2,674. Now that number realistically puts exactly where an RTX 50 class laptop GPU should land. It's not struggling, it's right in that solid mid-range gaming zone. Then Cinebench R23, we have a multi-core of 14,487. That tells me that it handles sustained loads well, editing, multitasking, rendering. It's not going to choke when you push it. And then for the single core, 1,459. And honestly, that's the most important number for gaming. That's your responsiveness. That's how snappy menus feel. That's how clean the system feels under normal use. And this one feels quick. Now, benchmarks are nice, but what does that actually mean when you load up a game? For something like Fortnite at, let's say, 1080p, you're comfortably in high refresh territory. This isn't just barely 60 FPS. This is smooth gameplay. And if you tweak settings for competitive play, you're even better. So for something heavier like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 1080p high settings is absolutely realistic here. You know, you're not maxing out ultra ray tracing madness, but you're getting stable, playable performance, which is honestly what most people actually want. And part of what helps here is AMD's RDNA 3 architecture with Radeon 700M integrated graphics built into the Ryzen chip. That handles lighter tasks efficiently, and then the dedicated GPU takes over when you launch heavier games. Now, one thing worth knowing, you can switch performance profiles using function and Q shortcut. By default, that cycles between 3 modes: quiet, balance, and performance. But there's actually a 4th mode available, extreme mode. And when you're plugged in and running in extreme mode, the fans definitely ramp up. But that's exactly what you want, because it means the system is giving you the full performance budget and keeping temperatures under control. Now, for thermals, it keeps quite well because Lenovo have inside here something called the hyperchamber cooling. You basically got dual fans, you've got rear exhaust here as well, so that helps with the improved airflow, better heat pipe design, and honestly, it works. One of the big things when you're playing on a laptop like this, a gaming laptop, is that you don't have fans pushing out air from the side, especially if you've got a mouse or something. So that is a big plus point. Look, it does get warm, it's a gaming laptop, but it doesn't feel like it's panicking under load. There's no aggressive throttling, no sudden frame dips. It sustains throughout. Now, Lenovo is also pushing something called Lenovo AI Core. It's a hardware level component, a dedicated LA1 chip built into the device. Now, what that chip does is work together with Lenovo AI Engine Plus, which is a software layer that uses machine learning to monitor how the system is being used and dynamically tune performance. Instead of manually tweaking power modes and fan settings, which by the way you can do, but with this Lenovo AI Core, the system monitors your workload and balances CPU and GPU power in the background. And it runs through Legion Space. It basically optimizes things for you. It's not magic, but it does make the laptop feel smarter and more hands-off. Okay, 2 of the cool things that I have to mention over here. So if you go into this AI section, number 1, if you're the type of gamer that plays alone and you get slightly lonely, there's this cool game companion to help you not feel lonely. And that's with like sort of small pushes and encouragements to go forward. And then the game clip master, if you're the type of person that games and wants to collect highlights of clips and then share them on socials or whatever, then that's also another feature that's incorporated here within the software. All right, let's talk battery life. Part of what helps here is AMD's newer power management features that are built right into the Ryzen platform, which are designed to balance performance and efficiency. Now, this comes with a decent battery, and realistically, this is still a gaming laptop first, not an all-day ultrabook. For light work like browsing, YouTube, or documents, you're looking at roughly around 5 to 6 hours, depending on brightness and the mode you're in. But once the GPU kicks in and you start gaming, the battery drains quickly, which is completely normal for a machine in this category. And as far as the charging adapter is concerned, the power adapter, mine came with 245 watts. It also comes, I believe, in 170 watt, and that depends on the configuration that you go for. That's important because when you're in performance mode, the system needs that headroom to sustain clocks properly. So this is a laptop that you use plugged in for gaming. Unplugged is okay for light work. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun testing this device, and I mentioned at the beginning, this laptop, I think, from Lenovo is designed for those people who essentially want strong 1080p gaming performance without paying for that flagship prices. It's ideal for gamers who are into titles like Fortnite, Tomb Raider, who want smooth, high refresh gameplay, but also enough power for school work or light content creation. It's not going to be for someone that's going to be chasing ultra thin portability, and crazy battery life. It's not that type of laptop. This is certainly something that sits in the smart middle ground, balanced, capable, and practical. And I think for most people, that's exactly the right place to be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more content related to tech, be sure to hit that subscribe button and check out this next video over here. I'm Kwan. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and blessings.